Hi, children. Today is day 3. Are you ready to learn together? Welcome, Teacher Faith.
Hello everyone, we are back once again, and I'm hoping by the time you're doing that craft, maybe you have thought of other ideas or even finished it up in a nice way. I hope you'll be sending the pictures our way so that you can see. So once again, my name is Faith Motegi, and today we are going to talk about rain that did not go away. Rain that did not go away for 40 days. Imagine that. For you, it may rain for 2 days. You're like, hey, why is the sun not coming out? But imagine being in the house for 40 days and 40 nights without getting out because of rain, lightning, and thunderstorms. Now that is what Noah and his family and all the animals that the Lord guided into the ark experienced. So, would you like to make something like this? Nice. So we're going to have some clouds. I'll show you how to make this effect. We're going to have lightning, and we're going to have, this is the sea, the ocean, whatever the ark was, where you have the waves are not calm, they were quite rough, okay? And then we have many raindrops. So what will you need to make this craft that goes together with this? Because as you're telling your story, which I hope you will tell each other in the house, whatever else it is, you will have this where all the animals were in the ark, and we had the 40 days and 40 nights of the rain. So, what will you need? Let us start with blue paper. So, you can have blue paper. If you don't have blue paper, as I always say, get some white and get some colors or get paint, and you can make your own, isn't it? So, you have blue paper, which you'll have for the clouds. Better yet, if you have black paper, because it was a really stormy night. You know, sometimes when it comes to rain, when you look outside, it looks like the clouds are dark. So even if you get black paper, it can still work, isn't it? Or you can color some black paper. So you have this. I'll show you how to go about it. That will make the clouds. Then you can either have this paper. We call them the stick notes. Maybe mom or dad has them aside if you don't have it. But basically, you're going to have this small paper of lightning or lightning paper. So you can have different colors, whether it's yellow, whether it's orange. You can color it, you can paint it, okay? And then this is all about drawing. You will draw on the blue paper and cut this out. It doesn't have to look like for Teacher Faith, okay? So it's you take some paper and then you just trace out what would it look like if the waves were rough. Then you have your pair of scissors, your pencil, your big pair of scissors. You'll also need some glue. This is just on standby, and as I mentioned, your crayons. This is also, you can also, if you don't have the glue, you can have your masking tape, you can have your white paper, and I believe we have covered basically what you need, okay? So let's get to the craft. Now, how do you get this effect? This is where now your drawing comes into place. It doesn't look like, it's not a perfect cloud. What I love about craft is that you don't have to be perfect, okay? So try as much as possible to just trace it out. So what do I mean by trace? You remember the other time when I showed you how to trace out a butterfly? So in this case, it's just you take your piece of paper, allow me to use okay, so that I can show you how I cut. This was already what I cut. So take a piece of paper. This one is refusing. There we go. Fold it in half, and then this part should be on your left side, should be on your left. And then using your own creativity, you just draw how a cloud would look like. Something like that. So you take your pair of scissors. Remember, this folded edge, don't cut it. So you cut, just follow the line. Do your best. Practice makes perfect. So now it comes to 40 days and 40 nights. It's the same way we have been told to stay in the house for 21 days. We have been told we cannot go to see our grandparents or move to other counties because of different reasons. So we have been put in the ark for a number of days. And they may be many, but we need to be patient because we know God loves us. So, voila! That is how you make your cloud. It looks like a nice fluffy pillow. So, what do? You make 2 or 3 of this. So, let me put this aside. You have 1, you have 2, and you have 3. So, what you do is you just fold, you see, fold like that. So you take 2 so that you can see how this comes out. You take your glue, put a little bit of glue on one half, close your glue, you don't want it drying out, take the other and then put them together, just like that, like you are putting them along each other, and you have that, and you have that. So you need to open up so that the glue doesn't stick. So we have that way. But to make it this way when it comes to your craft, I always work with 3 of them. So what you do, you repeat the same thing. Take your glue, just put a little, especially for office glue and for this light paper, don't put too much. Oopsie. Okay, it doesn't want to let go of my hand, but it's okay. So we take it that way, and then we take our piece of paper and we put them together, and we would press a little bit and then open up. And that way, be gentle with it, you will have what I call a 3D cloud. So even though it takes time, it's okay, be patient, and voila, we have our cloud, don't we? Good. So that is what, once you stick on the paper, it comes out like that. So that's how you make your 3D cloud. Looks nice? I like it too. Then, this is where your imagination comes in. How do you trace out the lightning bolt? You just get a small piece of paper and then trace out and cut. And once you have done that, let's align it, glue it on that. So you have your clouds, you have your lightning strike. Then, this is where we have our waves. You may color, you may paint, you may draw, whichever the case. Take your paper, or not even take your paper. You just take your blue paper. Let me put this aside here. So this is already your cloud. So what you do, just make some random wavy lines on your blue paper or on white paper that you color blue, and then cut it. So let me cut out as quickly as possible so that you can see. So it's not a must for you to cut as fast as Teacher Faith. Be patient, be gentle with yourself. And as you can see, you can make them as weird, because even when it comes to the rain, it doesn't look, when it comes to the ocean looks very scary if it is having a storm. So it's up to you. It depends on how you will go about it, okay? So as I said, your creativity comes into place, and you will have this as your effect for the waves. Now, for the raindrops, using the small pieces of paper, you know these small pieces of paper that you are putting aside, you see it like this? You just take it and put it that way so that you may see. Let it balance. You're familiar with balance? Yes. So you take your piece of paper, you can even draw out the shape of a raindrop. You can decide whether they are big or large, and then cut them out. So you just cut whether it's big or large, You see, those are tiny, tiny, tiny. Woo. And then you stick. And that will give you the craft. Once you've done all that, cut out the clouds, cut out the lightning strike, cut out the raindrops and the waves. You will have what will be considered your third day craft, where it symbolizes about the 40 days and 40 nights of rainstorms, where Noah, his wife, his sons, and their wives, together with all the animals, were in the ark for 40 days and 40 nights. So you can even do it this way and explain the story and just come up with your own skit and your own drama of how it must have been for people to be in the ark for so many days without seeing the outside world. Kind of the same way that we are feeling when we are staying home, without going to school, without going to the playgrounds, and whatever else that we wish to have done. But we need to be patient because God takes care of us, whether we're in the ark and even when it is all rainy and stormy outside. Okay? So take care, see you soon, and I believe by the time you're doing day number 4, you'll have a very beautiful craft to finish it off. So thank you and see you soon. Bye-bye.
Now we will learn craft day 3 words. Sun, sun. Rain, rain. Night, night. Lightning, lightning. Wind, wind. Clouds, clouds. Now we'll sign together. Sun, rain, night, clouds, wind, wind, lightning, lightning. I give you homework. Please do make crafts for day 3. See you next lesson, which is also the last day of the Noah's Ark story. Bye bye.